Hey there, my friends. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, 1990 Reds Fall Classic Baseball. Welcome to June 3rd, 1990. This is the fourth game of the series between the Reds and the Dodgers. It's going to be Tom Browning for the Reds versus Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers. Let's go over the lineups quickly. Sabo, the third baseman, Hatcher and center fielder. Larkin, it's Billy Hatcher, by the way, because there's Mickey Hatcher on the Dodgers. Larkin is a shortstop. Eric Davis, the left fielder. Benzinger, the first baseman. Oliver, a catcher. Rooms, the right fielder. Duncan at second base. Tom Browning, the pitcher. For the Dodgers, it's Sharpison. He's at third base today. Gibson, the center fielder. Daniels, the left fielder. Brooks in right field. Hatcher, the first baseman. Dempsey, the catcher. Samuel, the second baseman. Griffin, the shortstop. And Valenzuela, the pitcher. Let's start rolling. Fall Classic Baseball, 100 seasons. All the players. Roll 2d6, read the red, then the white, and then, of course, the 20 will give us some data. It'll be for splits or it'll be for the outs. And a 56, that's usually a strikeout, and it is. So Sabo goes down on strikes, chases a ball in the dirt. Overly aggressive, trying to make something happen here as the leadoff batter in the game. So I'm using these, the team that I'm playing all the time, of course, the Reds, I put into sleeves, Stratomatic sleeves. Billy Hatcher's next. Here's a pitch, and a 46, that's going to be a ballpark. And that's going to fall into a pull down the line and into the seats, foul. Here's Billy Hatcher again. And a 41, it's ball 4. And he walks. So it's a one-out walk for Hatcher. Next is Barry Larkin. Now he's a hit-and-run guy. He's a good hit-and-run guy. So Hatcher's going to take off. And that's going to be a base hit through the hole. And going to third is Hatcher. Wow, that worked out perfectly. Barry Larkin. Yes. And here's first and third with Eric Davis. Valenzuela checks in with Dempsey for the sign. Rick Dempsey, ex-Yankee, been around a long time. Oriole Yankee. This is 1990. He was with the Yankees in the late 70s. And here's Eric Davis with first and third and one out. The infield's going to play for the double play. Willing to go up a run here. And a 23, struck him out. Big K for Eric Davis. Next is Todd Benzinger, the first baseman, switch hitter, batting righty against the lefty Valenzuela. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first, and that's going to be, just misses being a strikeout. It may be an error. Let's see who it's hit to. The card tells us it's hit to the third baseman. And Sharpison. Let's see what we got here for Sharpison. Sharpison is going to be a 7 at third base, and we rolled a 5. That's going to be an error. So he boots it, and runner will advance 1 base. So it's an E5. Run scores on the error. First and second, Joe Oliver. Joe Oliver is a guy who batted .230, but I do nothing but roll hits for this guy. Let's see what happens here. And 64, nope, no more. It's going to be popped up, middle infield. Both the shortstop and the second baseman, Samuel and Griffin, come together, and it's going to be Griffin. How do I know? It's a 12 is a pop-up, and the 4 tells us it's the second baseman. Pop 4. So 1 run comes in because of the error on a hit and a walk. And we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Reds with the Dodgers coming to bat. It's going to be Sharpison, Gibson, and Daniels. Here's Tom Browning, who doesn't have his best stuff today. He's on his C column, so he may have a short day, and that's going to be a strikeout. Curveball gets Sharpison. And here's Kirk Gibson with a 14, and that will be bounced to second base. The 4 tells us picked up by, who's over there? Duncan over to first. Benzinger, 2 away. And here's Cal Daniels. Daniels with a 55, and that's a drive. And that's going to be 1 hop off the wall. Digging for second is Daniels. Here's the throw, and he is safe. Slides in under the tag. So it's a 2-out double for Cal Daniels, who had a heck of a year in 1990. Hit 27 home runs, batted .296, drove in 94 that year in 130 games. So he has a good card, 27 home runs and 450 at-bats. All right, so 2 out, 1 on, and here's Hubie Brooks. Browning checks in with Oliver. He sets and deals, and the pitch, and that's a 26. That's a Splitsville, and Browning is a lefty, and Brooks hits lefty, so that's going to be a base hit. Let's see if the run will score. Oh, 2 outs assist. There's going to be a throw to the plate, and Eric Davis has a heck of an arm from left field. And here's the play at the plate, and he will be out. 7-2. Eric Davis guns down Cal Daniels, and that ends the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. Top of the second. Rooms leads off against Valenzuela. 53 and a 6. That's a range roll against the shortstop. And the shortstop is Griffin. He's a 7. We rolled a 6, so he will get there. Scoops it up and fires to first for the out. Next is Mariano Duncan, 62, and that's a strikeout. Gets him with the fastball. Next is Tom Browning with 2 out, and a 32 will be a check swing, and that's going to drop in, and going for second is Browning, and he gets in there easily. So a bloop double off the end of the bat for Tom Browning against Valenzuela. He hit 2 doubles that season. So I'll give him the double. Here's top of the order, Chris Sabo, who struck out to start the game. The pitch, and it's a 36, and the 36 will be an out. Blank, go to the pitcher, bounce to second. Picked up by Samuel, who throws out Sabo to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the second. Mickey Hatcher. 31, that's bounced up the middle and through for a base hit. Leadoff single, so that's 3 hits allowed by Browning. Dempsey's next. Not a hit and run guy, so he's going to swing away, and that's going to be a -3 on a 17. But no, that's a deep drive to center field. Backing up is Hatcher to the track and hauls it in. Wow, rolled really high on that. It would have been -3, 17, a 14 or less would have been a home run. I rolled an 18, so Browning got really lucky there. Here's Samuel with a 64, and that'll be a fly ball out because he's a fly ball pitcher. And that's cracked to left over is Davis, 2 away. Back to first goes Hatcher, Mickey Hatcher. And here's Alfredo Griffin, 13, and that'll be a fly ball. Shallow center. Racing in is Billy Hatcher. It's Hatcher to Hatcher. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Top of the third. 1-0 so far. Reds up. Here's Billy Hatcher. Walked in the first inning, 32, and that's going to be a drive down the line. Fair ball. And kicks into the corner. Into the second base is Hatcher with a leadoff double. Here's Barry Larkin now, who singled. There's a pitch, and that's going to be a wild pitch type thing. And men on base, a 16. Valenzuela has no control. That is a wild pitch. Going to third is Hatcher. So they're going to bring the infield in for Barry Larkin. The pitch, and a 52 is a 13. Ooh, let's see who it's to. 52. It's to second base. And he'll make the play, but the run will score on this. You bobble the ball, and that allowed the run to score. And so it's 2-0. And here's Eric Davis. Nobody's on base. 62, and that's a strikeout. Curveball gets him. Eric Davis struck out twice, and Todd Benzinger with a 22, and that'll be tapped right back to the mound. Valenzuela, 3 outs, 1 run on 1 hit, a wild pitch, and then, of course, the ground out. Valenzuela leads off the bottom of the third, 2-0 Reds. That's a 45, and 45 will be an out. Bounce to always a lefty, so bounce to the first baseman. Benzinger up with it, steps on the bag. Valenzuela barely moved to first. Sharpson, he struck out in the first inning, and in this inning, he's going to line one down the line, and that's going to one hop off the wall into second base with a 1-out double is Sharpson. 4th hit allowed by Browning. And that's a 32, another line drive into the gap this time. And that's going to be, we're going to have a chance for a stolen base there for Sharpson. I just realized that. And he is out at third base, so 2-5. That's one thing that happens. And then it's also a double, a back-to-back doubles, but nobody was on base there because he was thrown out stealing. So Gibson with a double. And here's Cal Daniels, 2 out, run around second. Oh, wait, he also tries to steal on that 32. So Gibson's going to try to steal. There he goes, and he is safe, third base. Now there could be an error on the catcher. No. All right. So Gibson steals third. I don't know why, because there were basically 2 outs, and you're going to make the third out at third base. Didn't make sense. But sometimes players, they do those things. So what are you going to tell Kirk Gibson, right? Big star. All right, here's Cal Daniels. Here's a pitch. Oh, boy, he gets a hold of that. That's way back into the seats, right field. Game is tied 2 apiece. Home run. Cal Daniels. Browning, 3 hits, allowed 3 hits in a row. Here's Huey Brooks. The pitch. 21, struck him out. And that will retire the side, but 2 runs come in on 3 hits. The game is tied at 2 apiece in the 4th inning. So again, Browning is struggling today. Does not look sharp. His C column is not pretty. Joe Oliver leading off, top of the 4th, and a 15 will be a strikeout. Slider low and away. In for a strike 3 call. And here's Rolando Rooms with a 25, and against a lefty, that's a base hit. Ground one's through the hole into left. He's on at first. Here's Duncan, who's not a hit-and-run guy, 15. That will be a 5-4-3. He's a righty. Double play, around the horn double play. No runs. 1 hit, nobody left. Bottom of the 4th. There's some movement in the bullpen for the Reds. Hatcher leading off with a 54, and that's going to be, that's going to be ball 4. Ball 4 because Oliver is an N, but when you're away, the N is going to be, away. The home end gets strike 3, the away end gets ball 4. So that's ball 4. Hatcher's on at first, and he's fast. And here's Rick Dempsey. We're going to, no, we're not going to bunt or hit and run with Dempsey. Here's a pitch. Dempsey with a 35, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be it. Let's see how far the runner goes. He will hold at second base. That's going to be it. And we are going to the bullpen, the Nasty Boys. It's a little bit early, but I may bring in Carlton or Dibble right here to give me a couple innings. All right. All right, Rob Dibble comes in. He's a B, first and second. Samuel, who's a good bunter, he's going to square, and he strikes out. Bunts, 2-strike bunt goes foul. And next is Alfredo Griffin. A pitch from Dibble. That's a 66. That's going to be trouble in the gap. And let's see what happens here. 1 run scores from first base. Dempsey, what is Dempsey here? Dempsey is an S, so he will hold. So 3 RBI double for Griffin, and it's second and third with only 1 out. Pitcher's up. We're going to play the infield back, hoping to, well, he hits. Valenzuela hits, batted .304, 21 hits and 70 at bats. Yikes. Let's see if we walk in and face Sharpison. Sharpison's a 300 hitter as well. All right, we're in trouble. The Reds aren't in trouble here. They trail 3-2 right now, and we got second and third with 1 out and 2 300 hitters, almost 300 hitters coming up. On deck is Sharpison. He batted, I think, .297. So Dibble has his work cut out for him. Here's a pitch, and that is a strikeout. Big fastball that blows by Valenzuela. Too much for him to handle. That's a big pitch and a big strikeout for Rob Dibble. And with 2 outs and second and third, here's Sharpison. We don't want this game to get out of hand, so Dibble has to come up big here. Let's do it. Everything's in the dice. Here's the pitch. Swung on by Sharpison, and that's a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strike. So Dibble comes in, strikes out the side, allows a double. In between, only 1 run comes in on 2 hits, but that was a big effort by Dibble to strike out the side and extricate himself from a tough situation with second and third and nobody and 1 out. He was able to strike out Valenzuela and Sharpison. So we go to the top of the 5th now, and it's going to be that was a double switch with Reed coming in for Joe Oliver, and that was in the 4th. He came in. Double switch, catcher, double switch. All right, so Reed is up. Jeff Reed, and let's do it. That's going to be a 63. Is a fly ball to right. Under it is Brooks, Hubie Brooks, the ex-Met. 1 away. Chris Sabo next with a 41. That's ball 4. Valenzuela walks Sabo. Tying run is on at first. Here is Billy Hatcher. He's a hit and run guy. There goes Sabo. And a 6. Ooh, a 6 is not going to be. Let's see where that is. A 6 is going to be, what kind of a 6? A 42. That's going to be a potential stolen base. Stolen base, check for a walk first. It is a walk. So ball 4. Barry Larkin next. Pitch to Larkin. That's a 54, which is a wild pitch. And that's another wild pitch. So both runners move up. The second wild pitch. And that happens during Larkin. At bat. Make little notes. All right. So now it's second and third. They're going to intentionally walk Larkin to load the bases. And pitch to Eric Davis. Valenzuela to Eric Davis. 3-2. Dodgers. Top of the 5th. Fernando is in trouble. And they're going to bring the infield in. Here's a pitch. And that's a 36. That will be an out. A fly ball center field. And okay, runner hold. Runner on third can score if a 6. Nope, cannot score. So it's a shallow fly to center for the second out. Pops one up, in comes the center fielder. Back goes Griffin and Samuel, and it's Gibson who makes the call. So 2 away here with the bases loaded, and it's Todd Benzinger. Benzinger today is 0 for 2. He grounded it, reached on an error, and then grounded, tapped one back to the pitcher. So he's got an opportunity here to make a difference. Bases loaded. Todd Benzinger, Fernando Valenzuela. Here's a pitch, and that is a 61. Struck him out. Curveball gets him, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits. They leave the bases loaded on walks. And bottom of the 5th coming up. Dibble is still in the game. All right, he actually is his last inning because he leads off the 6th inning. Here's a pitch to Gibson, and that's a 32, which will be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall and into second base with a leadoff double. His second double of the game is Gibson. Next is Cal Daniels. Here's the pitch, and that's a 22. That's a base hit. Rips one to center field, and the run, WAR, will score 4-2. Huey Brooks is next. Not a hit and run guy. And a 34 is going to be a strikeout. Curveball gets him. Mickey Hatcher next. Not a hit and run guy. Oh, that's a drive. That's a drive in the gap. That's going to maybe score a run. Let's see. No. Runner will stop at third base. So it's a double. A 1-out double here. Puts second and third, and it's going to be Dempsey and Samuel. So Dibble has gotten himself into some trouble here. Allowed 3 doubles so far. So everybody's hit. I'm rolling a lot of big numbers, as you can see. When you start rolling 55s and 66s and a couple of 32s, which are not good numbers either for pitchers, especially these kind of pitchers. So let's see, what are we doing here? Do we keep Dibble in the game, or do we go to Carlton? We'll have to pull another double. No, we don't have to pull another double switch. Oh yeah, we do have to pull another double switch if we bring in Carlton. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull another double switch. Griffey, first base, double switch. Benzinger is out, double switch, 5th inning. All right, so we're going to bring in Carlton, and Carlton's stuff is going to be his B stuff. And he comes in the 5th. Let's see what happens. All right, let's do it. Infield's going to be in for this. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a snake eyes, and that's an out. An 8 is a fly ball to center, and with second and third, the runners will hold. Now they could risk. It'll be a double play, and the inning will be over, or we let Samuel bat. What did Samuel do? Samuel is a 242 hitter. We're going to risk. So 1, 2, 3. It's a sacrifice fly, or it's going to be an out to center. 1, 2, 3 is out at the plate. It'll be a double play. So Cal Daniels is tagging up. Here's the throw home from center fielder Hatcher. Yeah, he is safe. Sacrifice fly. And that's 5-2 now. And next is Juan Samuel. Here's a pitch, and a 22 will be a base on ball as he walks. Now Hatcher was fast, so he would have gone to third base for sure. So he's in third. So now Samuel's going to get a chance to steal. There he goes, the throw down, not in time. It's a stolen base for Samuel. So it's second and third. And this is tricky now because if we walk Griffin, who's a 210 hitter, we're going to face Griffin. Here's a pitch from Carlton, and that's 53. Struck him out. That ends the inning with 2 big runs come in on 3 hits and a walk. And it's 5-2 Dodgers. All right, so Joe Oliver. No, it's Griffey who leads off. Remember we made that double switch. All right. Kenny Griffey, the young Ken Griffey. Or is this the old Ken Griffey? Yeah, this is the old Ken Griffey. This is the Reds Ken Griffey from the 70s. Here's a pitch. And a 44 that is bounced to first. And playing it. Nice hop. Easy hop for Hatcher for the first out. Oh, Valenzuela should be... Oh, he's almost gone by now. Wait a second. No, he's still good. He gives one more base run. He's out. Here's Rooms. And a 44 will be a strikeout. Next is Duncan. And that's a 52 with a 3. Struck him out. So 2 back-to-back Ks here for Valenzuela. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th. Valenzuela leads off, and he's pretty much done. So we're going to pull him for a pinch hitter. All right, let's see who we're going to grab. All right, so Jose Gonzalez is in the box. Tim Cruz will come in the 7th for the Dodgers, and he'll have his B stuff. Here's Norm Carlton against Jose Gonzalez to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch, and that's a 46 with an 8. That's foul back into the seats. Souvenir for a lucky fan. Gonzalez again with the pitch, a 52 and a 7. Ooh, that could be an error. Shortstop too high for Larkin. He'll make the play. Nice play by Larkin. Larkin didn't make many errors. He's a 4, and we rolled a 7, so that's above the 4. So here's Sharpison, pitch, and a 15, which will be a ground ball to short. Scooped up by Larkin. Fires the first on target to Griffey. Griffey, not a great first baseman, but did play first base that season, 1990. Here is Kirk Gibson now with 2 out, nobody on. Pitch from Carlton, a 25 will be a ground ball to first. And it is Griffey who makes the play. No runs, no hits. Top of the 7th coming up. It's going to be Reed, Sabo, and Hatcher against Tim Cruz. Here's the pitch from Cruz, a 26, and against Array, that's a base hit for Reed. So Reed is on at first. Tying run now is on deck. Hatcher is the tying run. Sabo at the plate. He needs to get on. We're at the top of the 7th. Pitch from Cruz is 16, and that will be a 13. He's a righty, and that is a ground ball to short, strong arm second baseman, which Samuel is not. So it's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Billy Hatcher next, which is a hit and run guy. And there he goes. And it's a 9. That's not going to be anything to write home about. A 9 is going to be a ground ball and to second base, and the runner does advance. Billy Hatcher reached out to make contact to move the runner up. So runner in scoring position. Here's Larkin. Here's the pitch. And a 61 struck him out. Retires aside. No runs, a hit. Excuse me, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. Get to the concession. Grab yourself a brewski. And Cal Daniels, who's having a great day. He's 3 for 3. A double homer and a single. He's a triple away, and he has a triple on his card. I'd have to roll a 44-7, T7. So he does have a triple on his card. Hit 1 triple. to get the cycle, to hit for the cycle. So Norm Carlton is still in there because of the double switch. All right, so he's going to stay in for one more inning here. See what happens. 35, and that's going to be a base hit. Single for Daniels. He's 4 for 4. Hubie Brooks is next, and a 41, ball 4. Yikes. That's not the way to start the inning. Norm Carlton. Here's Mickey Hatcher, and a 21 struck him out. So Big K, curveball, gets Hatcher. Next is Rick Dempsey. Here's a pitcher. Dempsey, a 31. That's bounced up the middle. This could score a run, and it does. Runner will stop at second. RBI single. And it's 6-2 now. We're going to go to the bullpen again. All right, Tim Layana is coming in, and he will have his B stuff. Comes in the bottom of the 7th. Facing Samuel with 2 on and 1 out. Here's a pitch. And that's a 54. That's wild pitch potential. And a 10 will be a wild pitch. Both runners will move up. So basically the same. We'll just circle it. So again, second and third. Infield will be in now. A 24, and that's a hit by pitch, and he plunks him. It's going to load the bases. So Reds pitchers are starting to struggle now. Bases loaded. Infield in. Fredo Griffin, here's a pitch, and that is a 53 with a 7. That's going to be a range play. Third baseman is going to make that play because Sabo is a 10. But there's a potential for an error. And let's want to roll high, and we do, so there's no error there. And he will go home with it. So I shouldn't have scored him. Wait a second. So it's a 5-2 fielder's choice. It's going to be a 5-2-3 double play. They turn it. What a play by the Reds defense to get out of this inning. So it is going to be a double play. 5-2-3. And the inning is over. Only 1 run comes in on a couple of hits, a walk, and a hit by pitch. So Fredo Griffin hits the ball hard right at the third baseman, Sabo, who makes a great play and whips it home, and then the ball goes on to first to make it a 5-2-3 double play to end the inning. I have to look in the book for that. DP. All right. So let us continue. Eric Davis here in the top of the 8th inning. Cruz is still in there pitching. Davis with a 55. That's going to be a drive down the line. Fair ball. Into second is Davis, leadoff double. So Cruz gives up a leadoff double here. 6-2. The Reds trail in this one. Next is next is the pitcher. So out is Layana. We're going to get a pinch hitter for him, and that will be Paul O'Neill's coming in to pinch hit. So Paul O'Neill, pinch hitter in the 8th. Here's the pitch to O'Neill, and that's going to be a 62. Struck him out. O'Neill chases a high fastball. Ken Griffey's next. Here's the pitch from Cruz and a snake eyes, and that's going to be ground ball to the first baseman. Flips to the pitcher covering. 3-1, runner to third on this. And Rolando Rooms. We could pinch hit for him. We're going to bring in Winningham. Pinch hitter, center field. Where was right field? Gonna put him in right. He plays all field, so he'll play right field. And let me just double check. Yep, he does. So he's gonna bat. It's a lefty. Rooms is out. Rooms is done. Rooms went 1 for 3. Here's a pitch to Winningham, and that's a 45, and that'll be fly ball left field. Over near the line is Daniels, and he makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, double, leadoff double. They leave a man on. Go to bottom of the 8th. Gonna have a new pitcher here. 6-2, so we're probably gonna go with somebody like who do we go to? We're gonna go to Mick Mailer. What do I call him? Mick Mailer? Rick Mailer. I should have said Rick Mailer. What kind of stuff will he have? He will have his A stuff. So Rick Mailer comes in the 8th. A stuff. And it's pitcher up. We're going to get a pinch hitter. And the pinch hitter is going to be lefty Harris. So Harris will hit. Let's grab him. Ooh. All right, here's the pitch from Mailer to Harris. And that's a 56. Strike 3. 1 away. Big pitch by Mailer. And Mike Sharpson with a 44. That's line base hit. Plus he'll have an opportunity for stolen base. Nope, it's a pickoff opportunity. Mailer has an A arm, but he's a righty. We need something low. Ooh, an 8 is too high. An 8 will be too high for a pickoff, so he is safe. Dives back into first base, and he's safe. Let's see quickly here. Pickoff attempt, righty, an 8. Yeah, it's 1-4. He's out. Okay, so he is back safely. And Kirk Gibson, not a hit and run guy, will swing away against Rick Mailer. And a 61. Strike 3. Got him looking. Backwards K. Gibson doesn't like it. Mumbling under his breath as he walks away. Umpire is staring him down. Cal Daniels, who's 4 for 4. Runner on first, so we're going to face him. We're going to pitch to him. Here's a pitch. Cal Daniels, 63. Finally, they retire him. Lined and caught by the first baseman, L3. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Cal Daniels ends the day 4 for 4, unless the game is tied. 6-2. 6-2. We're going to get a new pitcher coming in. It's going to be Jim Gott. Jim Gott will have his C stuff. So he will have his C stuff. I have absolutely no space here. I got to move stuff around. So Gott will have his C stuff. And he will face Mariano Duncan. Here's a pitch. 9th inning. 256. Got him on a curveball. Down on strikes is Mariano. Heads back to the bench. Bat on his shoulders. And Jeff Reed is next. And that's a 36. That's a bouncer up the middle and through for a base hit. So it's a single. That's a single. The second single for. Yeah. Second single hit for Reed in this game. Came in a double switch. Sabo's up next. Where did I put Sabo? Hold on, I got so many guys in. Oh, here it is. Okay, Sabo's up here. Gott versus Sabo. And here is the pitch to 1 on, 1 out. And that's a 45, and that'll be ball 4. So that tying run now is on deck. And there's movement in the Dodger bullpen. It's the closer for the Dodgers in 1990 was a guy named Jay Howell. So he's throwing fast. And here's Billy Hatcher, the pitch, and 14, and that will be a 13 with first and second. Hatcher's a righty, so it's going to go to the shortstop. And the second baseman is so weak. Duncan, I think, is a W as well. A lot of weak second baseman this season. He is, so it's going to be a 6-4 double play. I'm sorry, 6-4 fielder's choice. Runner to third, so first and third now. And the tying run is on deck. Barry Larkin up. Righty on righty. Here's a pitch, and that is a 46 with a 3, and he gets a hold of one. He drives it, and that's going to be one hop off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, 2-run double for Barry Larkin. That is his second hit of the game, and that's going to be all. In comes Jay Howell. Yikes. Tying run now is on deck, 6-4. Let's grab Howell, see if we can find him. Okay, Jay Howell will have his B stuff. So Howell comes in. It was Gott. I didn't write him in the 9th. And he had his C stuff. And now it's Howell, the closer, in the 9th with his B stuff. He will be facing Eric Davis, who's got good power. Home run here, ties the game at 6. Here's the pitch. And that's a deep drive, and that's way back. Back goes the left fielder to the track, to the wall, looks up, and this game is tied. Eric Davis welcomes the closer, Jay Howell, with a home run over the left center field wall. And now it's the pitcher's up now, so we're going to so a 2-run home run for Eric Davis, and it ties the game up at 6. Can't get more drama than that, my friends. So now we're going to have a pitcher, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter here. We're going to bring in Quinones is going to come in and hit bat. Luis Quinones. Here's a pitch from Howell. A 23, strike 3. That ends the inning. But they come up with 4 big runs to tie this game in the top of the 9th on 1, 2, 3 hits, a walk. And wow, the Reds have tied it up here in the top of the 9th, knotted at 6. And new pitcher is going to be, who's it going to be? It's going to be Bertz is our last pitcher. He's a lefty. See what kind of stuff he will have, and he will have his B stuff. Not really a good card. He's not a good pitcher. He had a 1.8 whip. So that says he allows everybody on base. All right, so we're in the bottom of the 9th. Bertz comes in. B stuff, 9th. See what happens. Huey Brooks, the pitch, and a 14 is a ground ball to third, picked up by Sable, fires to first, and in time. Brooks hustling down the line. Throw beat him by half a step. He doesn't think so. And the first base coach is talking to the umpire. But the call has been made. Here's Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher today is 2 for 3 with a double. Runs scored. 66, and that's going to be A base hit. Lines went to left. Played on a hop by left fielder Eric Davis. So Rick Dempsey's up now. And here's the pitch from Gertz's 62. Strike 3. And a curveball gets Dempsey. Next up is Juan Samuel. Pitches Samuel at 42. That's ball 4. That pushes the winning run into scoring position. And here's Alfredo Griffin. And a 54. That's going to be a wild pitch. 17, and it is a wild pitch. Both runners move up. Yikes. And Alfredo Griffin is still up. Now we could walk him and get rid of Howell. Alfredo Griffin bats 200, so I walk him. Here's a pitch. And a 26 is a bouncing ball up the middle, and that ball is through, and the ball game is over. And Alfredo Griffin hits a bouncer up the middle, and nobody can reach it. Larkin dives for it just past his glove, and that's the ball game. A walk-off for Alfredo Griffin. And scoring the winning run is Hatcher. Griffin gets mobbed around first base by his teammates. So the final score in 9 innings is 7-6 Dodgers. Bertzes will take the loss. The win will go to Howell, who did not pitch well. Gave up the 2-run homer to Davis to tie it. But he gets the win nonetheless. So it's going to be 7-6, and we'll tally up the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. I don't think he committed any errors. And let's go to the hits for the Dodgers. 2, 3, and 3 is 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hits. Yikes. Did they commit any errors? I don't remember any. No, oh yeah, 1 error at the beginning of the game. Third baseman Sharpison. But wild pitches are plenty. There, one there, 2 wild pitches by Valenzuela, I believe. And I think we had a couple wild pitches as well. 1990 pitchers were extremely wild. Wild pitch there, and then of course wild pitch in the final inning. Anyway, that was a great game. All the drama you could possibly want. The final game of the 4-game set against the Dodgers. Final score is 7-6. And what can I tell you? This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Remember to join the Universal Baseball Association Facebook group and all its affiliated groups, including the Fall Classic Baseball group. And like and subscribe to my channel to get more fun stuff, tabletop stuff, and check out all my tutorials as well. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.